was quite a difference.
Within 2 months, I was really getting back into playing again, feeling good.
I walked practically normal right after that.
I think it has kept him in great health.
I come repeatedly just to keep from getting headaches.
I've had very, very little back pain ever since I've come to see Dr. David.
We have been much healthier.
It was amazing. It was like night and day.
I'm good to go.
It's worked for me.
Isn't that right, Jacob? Yeah, he says yes too. Jacob was born on the 17th of January, and on that Friday we brought him in to see Dr. Deal, our chiropractor, because both Jessie and myself have been attending Dr. Deal for well over 2.5 years, and we believe in it, and we thought, well, let's start with our little boy. So the following week, actually, Jacob had his first adjustment, and every week since then we have actually come, and Jacob has been assessed and adjusted accordingly. So much so that his baby minder, who he goes to, hello mister, comments on the fact that the minute Jacob has a sniffle, I say to her, oh, we're going to go and see Dr. Deal. And when I do, she notices that within 24 hours he's better. His paediatrician commented to me the other day that she has not seen this little boy at all over the winter, that he has not needed any antibiotics at all. And I contribute that down to the fact that he's had regular adjustments with Dr. Deal. I really do. I think it has kept him in great, great health. He's a very strong little boy. And I have seen myself too that when he is adjusted, when he's feeling crazy, as I call it, within 24 hours, he's better.
Went outside, filled up a bucket full of water, dropped the sponge in it, walked it out to the truck, bent down to pick the sponge up, and my back started seizing up, so I stood up. It was kind of painful, and it just kept getting tighter and tighter and tighter. So I turned around and started to head back to the house, and that was about it. Took me about 5 minutes to get from the garage door actually into the house, which isn't very far. It took me about another 3 minutes or so to get to the floor, but I got to the floor where I ended up laying for approximately 6 or 7 hours before Dr. Deal actually came by the house. We talked to him earlier in the day. I'd never really thought about going to a chiropractor before. Helped me get up, got me to the bed, which was nice, finally get off the floor, and I was able to, well, semi-sleep that night in bed, and kind of went from there. The next day, I was able to wrench myself out of bed and get in the back of a pickup truck and come down to his office where he started to work on me and got one of my legs up as far as he could get up, my left leg up about as far as he could get it up, and made an adjustment on me. And oh man, for the first 10 seconds it was like no pain at all. It was just gone, total relief. It's been about a week now, and I'm actually doing pretty good now. Still some pain in my back, but I'm walking around. I can actually take a shower now without too much trouble, and I'm going to be heading back to work next week.
I had been diagnosed with a couple of severed discs, and I had a bad case of the scoliosis of my spine, and I had felt that my condition as far as the quality of living and my lifestyle that I was accustomed to was deteriorating. My results started probably within, I would say, probably 3 weeks of my coming here. My physical activities have greatly improved only because I'm just feeling better. I'm back to gardening, I'm back to swimming, I'm back to the gym daily, which I had given up in the last 3 years. I'm good to go. I'm feeling very encouraged at that, and that's been within a year's time.
You were feeling his neck just in the playroom, and you said, oh, I think he has an ear infection, and he hadn't been acting like it or anything, but he had an appointment the following day, a checkup, and they told me he had an ear infection. And so I'm like, okay, and you were telling me how you can just adjust it rather than giving him medicine and all that. And my son falls a lot. I mean, he bumps his head and everything, and I just can see growing up all those things. If I just ignored it, I could see it being a problem when he's older.
He cracked my head But he made popcorn.
Yeah, popcorn. Oh, it's like popcorn.
And he's a good man. That's funny.
I live by myself, so I do my own gardening. I chop wood occasionally. I keep my own house, and he just keeps all my parts going so that I enjoy doing it. His integrity, I appreciate that, and his honesty, and I just feel like he's the chiropractor for me, and I want him to be around as long as I am. Even if I don't have symptoms, I just tell my friends I need a visit with Dr. Deal about a couple of times a month, just to keep everything lined up and all the nerve signals going and the blood flowing so that I can be active like I like to be.
It's helped our family in a lot of ways. I have 4 very active children.
It helps Augie not so wild and wiry.
When August gets wiry,
We say, oh, he needs to go to the chiropractor.
yes, we all decide he needs to go to the chiropractor because after an adjustment he calms down.
I can usually tell because my back feels a whole lot better. I feel like I'm walking straight instead of sideways like this.
All of my children are in gymnastics, and going to the chiropractor has helped them be able to get more of their routines, because in gymnastics it's very important to do everything very straight and perfect. And when your back is lined up, they're able to do their gymnastics much better. This winter we have not had the colds like we normally do in the wintertime. When the kids have started having any kind of symptom, I brought them in, and right away their symptoms are gone and we have been much healthier.
I played volleyball for UC Riverside for 4 years. Always had chronic back problems. Treated with mainly muscle relaxers and a little bit of massage with the trainers at the school. However, pain always came back. I battled through it and just dealt with it. I came and saw Dr. David, and I've been playing volleyball with very little need for any kind of muscle relaxers since then. My performance has improved. I don't have any qualms about hurting my back when I do play these days. I can go out there and give it my all without having to worry about injuring my back anymore.
After a few adjustments, the headache started going away. The span was getting longer and longer, farther apart, and now I keep coming back to Deal Chiropractic because I don't only get headaches very rarely, but I come repeatedly just to keep from getting headaches. Well, as I come into the Deal Chiropractic, when I'm at the front desk, it's friendly. I don't have to wait in the waiting room for 15-20 minutes. I walk right into a room. David comes right in immediately, and I get my adjustment. I'm out of here in 5-10 minutes, in and out. It's real easy. It just makes my day a lot faster and more convenient.
We did this rock and roll marathon, and the next day we were aching and in pain, and I could hardly get out of bed. I could hardly move. And I went in and I went to Dr. Deal first thing on Monday morning, and I was just like, okay, what are you gonna do for me? Show me, what miracles you can make. And sure enough, he adjusted me, and I walked practically normal right after that. It was amazing. It was like night and day. I mean, I went from hardly being able to walk and in pain when I was walking to walking like a normal person again. I was like, yes, I'm healed. So I highly recommend Dr. Deal for anyone. He's a different kind of chiropractor, and it's nice to not have that fear anymore, and I have a better life for it. I don't have problems sleeping anymore. I have a lot more energy, and probably due to not having my sinus problems. I'm more productive in life, and I'm just so grateful. It was bad that I was injured on the plane, but that's what got me in to see the chiropractor in the first place. And that's the way life works. Sometimes you have to have bad things happen to you in order to get good things the rest of your life.